afternoon. I got no time to worry. Hello. This is a skill build for lazy buggers who like to hide in the corner and let their toys do all the work. It's exceptionally powerful, and you can pretty much solo any legendary with this build. It's had a lot of different kind of versions, and it's a good 2 years old at least. And a lot of the lads in the clan who are a lot better players than me, I have asked them to take a look at this build and improve on it, and I don't think it can be improved. This is about as hard hitting a skill build as you're going to get. So I will take you through it. Okay, so this is, like I say, the hardest hitting drone and turret build I've come across. I don't think there is one better. If there is, please post in the comments. Please put me right, because I love this build and it's got me out of quite a few scrapes. It's also really handy in the summit. So we start with the specialization, obviously technician. Now you're probably wondering, why am I going technician when obviously by going by technician you get an extra skill tier, but I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've already got 6 tiers. I don't need another one. Well, what I found is by having the technician on as well with the 6th tier, you do get a kind of an overcharge, which helps get your skills back a lot quicker. I have tried it with just 5, and I don't know, I can't understand why it just doesn't seem to work as well. So you're going to want the technician for this. If you haven't unlocked the technician, of course, yet, don't worry about it. Stick to this build, and it'll still be pretty powerful for you. The main thing you need to get hold of is this little piece by here, the waveform. And as you can see, I mean, it's not even maxed out, right? What the waveform basically does is that when you've got 2 skills on the go, it buffs the damage of one skill, and then after a while it'll come down, and as it comes down it'll buff the other. So unfortunately you can't have the 2 at a higher damage rate, but it makes a big difference. So you pretty much gotta have the waveform in this build just to get your turrets and everything hitting hard. Another thing as well is you want to have a look at I haven't even got one there. Your mods as well. I pretty much put skill haste, and then if I've got any damage I'll put damage on, and I've only got duration there, so I put that on. So it's basically skill haste. You want skill haste and damage. Good God, I haven't even got anything on that. It's gonna hit even harder. Right, duration, I don't really need duration. That's all I've got, so I'll stick it on. And then I've got scan rage and health I suppose might be handy. And down here, oh look at that damage. Right, I'll shove that on, and I'll save that, because I forgot I didn't put them on. Okay, so we'll start off with the first gun. It's not essential, but it's good for stacking, because you're going to be hiding behind cover. You want to be shooting at anything basically, and what the capacitor does is you get up to a stack of 40, and each stack grants 1.5 skill damage. After 5 seconds the stacks begin to go down, and for each yellow tier you get 7.5 weapon damage, so it does buff your weapon damage as well. So it is pretty handy in a scrape. But what you got it for there really is to buff the damage of both of your skills, which it does. But you've got to get that 40 stacks. When you're in a position where everything is killing you, everything's shooting at you, it's a bit harder to get those 40 stacks, because don't forget we've got no armor on this build at all. So we go to the secondary, which is a harmony, and the harmony gives you perfectly in sync. You can put in sync on any weapon, but there's only 2 you get perfectly in sync, is the harmony, and if you haven't got the capacitor you could put on this little baby here, test subject, which has also got perfectly in sync. So hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Now, a lot of people prefer to use this instead of the capacitor, and they normally put like a shotgun, like a Scorpio or something there instead, you know, to get you out the scrapes if someone comes close to you. When you're using a perfectly in sync, you only have to hit the target once, one bullet once, and you'll get that 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. So you don't have to be peering over your cover, shooting to get any stacks up. You basically only got to hit it once. So it's you know, it's a pretty good perk to have with any skill build. So start off with the mask. I'm using the new face ventlet Empress International. It's giving me 10% skill health. That's the first part of the Empress, because I've got 3 on here. And in the front I've got skill damage, and then it doesn't really matter about the second attribute, but you want skill haste as your mod. And then to the chest piece, I'm using the hammer, which gives me 10% skill haste again, and because I've got 2 pieces of hammer, it'll also give me 10% skill damage. So there's more skill damage there. And then with the attributes, I've got skill damage, stasis effects there, that doesn't do anything at all, so ignore that. And of course I've got skill haste mod on that. The important part is the talent, which has got kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and total skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per kill lost when on cooldown. So it's kind of it's a handy kind of thing to have as well if you wanted to swap out one of your skills for a healing hive. It'll help with that. And then of course we come down to the waveform, which I've already spoken about. It's okay without the waveform, you know. It's still not a bad skill build, but I'd really recommend you get it if you can. And onto the backpack, we've got the force multiplier again, which gives me then, because it's the second piece of hand, it'll also give me 10% skill damage. With this one, I've got this was a lucky roll. I had one with almost full repair skills, and I put 10% skill damage on it, and then skill haste underneath, and it's got the talent perfect combined arms. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30% for 3 seconds. So again, when you're shooting an enemy, not only are you gaining stacks with your capacitor or NSYNC, but you're also stacking the actual skill damage, which, you know, buffs it up. Onto the gloves then, with the other piece of Empress. It doesn't really matter what your other attribute is, as long as you've got 10% skill damage on that as well. And then to the last piece then, on the knees, which will also give me skill efficiency. That'll help with getting your skills back. I've again put 10% skill damage on there, and the stasis effects again don't do anything at all, but it's handy. I can use this in other stasis effects builds. I can give skill damage and stasis effects, so it's a handy role to have. But your main thing you want to have is skill damage, right? So how does it work? Right, pretty simple. This is for all you lazy gits who don't want to go run around shooting. You just hide, and then you put a turret out there, and you just let your turret do its thing. And you can see it's sitting. I haven't buffed anything yet, and it's sitting for 163. And then I bring out my drone, and that's hitting for 117. So as you can see now, because the perfect combined arms is coming, one will go up and one will remain the same, and it'll swap. But what really makes a difference is when you use the capacitor. Now, just to show you how quick you get your skills back, because of this, I'm taking the skill haste disabled, so it'll show you how quickly it'll come back. So if I just stick my turret out, I'll let it start shooting stuff. There you go. And then I'm going to destroy my turret, and I'm going to have it back in 13 seconds. It's pretty quick. And of course, if you've got the card system, like the card gun as well, that will actually buff your regeneration quicker again. It'll actually put all 6 tiers into overdrive, overclock, whatever it's bloody called. Right. So what's the difference then when I got stacks with the capacitor? Well, I'll get 40. As you can see on the side of the capacitor, it's 0, 0, and when I hit it, it goes up. So what I want is I want 40 stacks. Right, I got the maximum there. Now I'll put my turret down. Let's see how hard that hits. There we are. Look at that. That's insane. It's an insane amount of damage. Now you see the stacks are coming down over time. They are coming down over time. So once I've got those stacks, I'll just a couple of hits. Bring it back to the 272. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Alright, let's get into that. Let's try the same thing now with the drone. So let's get the stacks up, and then let's get my drone, and let's see how the drone's hitting. That's gone up again. That's like 150, 120, and that should go up a little bit more. 172. Well, it's insane. It's insane. Right. Now here's the important thing to remember. Pick a gun and stick with it depending on where you are and what's going on. So, like I say, I'm using the capacitor here now, but let's say I've got 40 stacks. Like so. Right, I got 40 stacks there now, and if I swap to my second gun and then swap back, they're gone. Right, those you have to get those stacks again. So that's why a lot of people use the Harmony or the other one. The other one being, I can't remember the bloody name of it. Test subject, right? These are a lot safer to use, so that I hit it once, there we go, and you can see on the bottom of the screen the end sync, and it lasts for 5 seconds. So that gives me 30% extra damage. It's not as much damage as the capacitor, but it's still hitting pretty hard. So I stick that on, and it's 180. There are, look, it's gone up to 266 already. There are, look at that. I'm only hitting it once. See, it's your safer option, and the same then with the drone. See, it makes a huge difference. There you go, makes a huge difference. So that's what it does. I'm gonna find something on Legendary now, and I'll show you how well it does.